Welcome to Justice Now, and you've reached the series of Tips for Black Workers, Part 17. Be aware of the character of Black people that certain types of colleagues will want you to portray. I had noticed this early in the career when I started working, that there is a particular type of character that certain work colleagues want you to portray. They don't want you to come in as yourself, as speaking in professional tone, as dressing in professional manner, as doing your work. It's productive. It's contrary to what they envisioned you to be, even though they don't know you. So here's an example. One time I was working at an office, and there was one colleague that came and said, "What's up?" Okay, I don't know you, but I responded in, "Hello." And then they said, "Oh, can you believe this? Can you believe this sucker? This sucker is trying to play me." I don't know the colleague. This was my first day on the job. Don't know the colleague, but this colleague chooses to speak to me in this manner. However, I noticed that the same colleague was able to maintain professional language with other colleagues. So I just ignored it and went my way. And more, they would portray stereotypes. "Oh, can you believe this fool? This fool is trying to play me. Oh my goodness. And oh, let me talk about my boyfriend. My boyfriend is, all that and a bag of chips." So, you know where I'm going with this, right? They want you to, some colleagues want you to play this stereotype of what they have in their head about how Black people should act. Sometimes I would get things like, oh my goodness, this person that talks so white. Or sometimes I would get things such as, "Oh, well, this person, she thinks that she's better than us, and I'm white, and I'm down for the cause," whatever that means. Mind you, we're in a work environment. Just come there to work, collect my paycheck, feed my family, and carry on with life. So when you start noticing these things in the workplace, do not engage. Do not engage, because in engaging, it actually perpetuates the racist stereotypes that are against Black people. I had another situation where I'm doing my work, and you have another set of colleagues, rolling their eyes, swinging their necks. And these are not colleagues from the community. These are other people that are, again, trying to reenact, again, certain stereotypes that has been arbitrarily placed onto Black people. I remember also when I was in university in a women's studies program, first thing I was told was, "You better not have any attitude," with swinging of the neck and rolling of the eyes again. Again, I did not know this person. But these are the types of experiences that I've experienced, and perhaps some of you can also relate to. So again, I would really caution in entertaining that type of language from other colleagues. because again, it only serves to perpetuate the stereotypes that are for the most part erroneous. When you're in a professional venue, you act professionally. You recognize if you're being spoken to in a different manner. It's another way to ostracize you from the group. So, for example, here's another example. I'm doing a contract at a hospital, at a fairly reputable hospital in Ontario. And I would notice that the staff would speak to me in Ebonics, but speak to each other in typical professional language. When you encounter something like that, if there's a staff meeting, bring it up. Bring up the fact that you don't need to mention names, just bring it up. When we're in a professional setting, do you agree that we should all speak to each other in a professional language? The ones who are engaging in that type of conduct will, of course, be squirming in their seats when they hear this, because they know what they're doing, which is engaging in racism and or anti-blackness. So just bring it up in the meeting. If you do not have an opportunity to bring it up in the meeting, then you take the person aside and you advise, I respond to professional language and keep it very professional. You will get chastised for it, as I've gotten chastised for saying that, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what happens is that if you are continuously being spoken to in this manner, it prevents you from getting promotions. It prevents you from getting additional shifts. So be aware of that. You do not need to play up to a character in order to be accepted onto the work team. And if this is what is required of you in order to be a part of the work team, a source of entertainment for them, which results in a denial of resources for you, then you need to definitely determine whether that is the right workplace for you. Unfortunately, for the most part, it would require you having to leave the situation, because the types of people that engage in this type of terrorism, they're often too old to change. So oftentimes it would mean you making that change. The other thing you can do is put it down in your workplace journal and collect it as evidence for racial harassment. That's also something else that you can do. So I hope this video was helpful. Stay tuned for more.